All right, we're going to talk about what the best training split is for natural lifters. It's actually very simple, but no one trains in this fashion because the reality is that the fitness industry is dominated by steroid users, people on drugs. So most people do not train in this manner, but once you do this, and if you're drug free, your gains are going to fucking explode. And the reality is, guys, you need to shift your focus from thinking of your training in a matter of muscle groups and body parts into movements because the reality is, primary driver of your physique is not getting a certain amount of volume, a certain amount of frequency. It's getting stronger at the big compound lifts, the basic key lifts, the squat, bench, deadlift, overhead press, weighted chin up. Those movements are what's going to build your physique forward. So it only makes sense to structure your training in such a way that allows you to get stronger at those lifts consistently. And that's not going to come down to the basic training splits like push, pull, legs, bro splits, all that shit. Throw that shit out the window. It's dog shit. It doesn't work for natural lifters. I've done all of that stuff. Even with full body splits, once you're not like a pure beginner, it doesn't work anymore because you're not able to bring the same amount of intensity and focus into each of the key lifts. So if you're training full body, most full body splits will start with squats and then go into bench press and then deadlifts and then overhead press. That doesn't work because after you're done training squats, all the rest of your lifts take a hit and you're not able to bring the same intensity. So what is absolutely pivotal if you're a drug-free lifter is that you're consistently hitting personal records on the key lifts that you're prioritizing and bringing focus and intensity into them. That's what matters. It's not about hitting a certain amount of volume and a certain amount of frequency because the reality is, guys, there are guys who are doing 20 sets per week, 20 to 30 sets per week for their chest, but they're still benching 135 and their fucking chest is small. So throw that bullshit out the window, guys. People who promote these types of training splits are weak, guys. They're weak. And the reality is, building a great physique is as simple as just getting strong at the big lifts that really deliver. That's all it comes down to, guys. People make everything so complex. And then you look at their lifts and I'm like, buddy, you're fucking benching 135. No shit, your chest is small. I don't care how much volume you're doing, okay? This is the reality of building a physique as a natural, guys. Trust me, I've been through all this stuff. I've tried all of the different splits and it just doesn't work. So best thing to do is understand, first of all, that traditional splits, they'll have you in the gym 5-6 days a week, which does not work. Maximum, you should be in the gym training 3 days per week. 3 days per week. I've made incredible progress training twice per week because my routines were dominated by big, basic exercises that deliver. So naturally, the volume, the frequency, all that stuff is going to be taken care of if you're training big movements that work the entirety of your physique. So because there's quite a bit of overlap between all the big compound lifts. So naturally, just putting your attention and focus into getting strong at those big compound lifts will build your physique. And it's not going to come down to splitting your training up by muscle groups and body parts and all that bullshit. It's going to come down to splitting your training up into movements. So the biggest shift you need to make is think of your training in a matter of movements instead of muscle groups. So I split my training up into movements. So put it this way, this is how I split it up. I have 4 workouts. Workout A is deadlifts. Workout B, bench press. Workout C, squats and weighted chin-ups. And then workout D is overhead press. And I split that up and I only train 3 days per week. So 1 week it would be Monday, workout A, Wednesday, workout B, Friday, workout C, and I would take the weekend off, start on Monday, workout D, and then back to workout A, and then workout B. So the reality is that you're going to need to embrace a lower training frequency to be able to put as much intensity and focus into the key lifts as possible. So if you're training all your key lifts together, they're not all going to progress at the fastest rate possible. So embrace a lower training frequency and extend your weekly cycle, the normal 7-day cycle, into 8 to 10 days. This is going to give you more recovery and it's going to allow you to put so much focus and intensity into your key lift. So I used to train, I put some of my key lifts together. I would do, bench press, deadlifts, or overhead press, deadlifts, bench press, squats. It doesn't really work. So you want to be able to give your maximum focus and intensity into each of the key lifts. So that's how I recommend you do it. Have a day for each of the key exercises. And for the purpose of building a jacked physique in the most efficient and simple way possible, I found the best exercises to do that to be the squat, bench press, deadlift, overhead press, weighted pull-ups, and obviously, rows, dips are great movements. So just split your training up that way. Have a day for each of those lifts. Throw in the weighted chin-ups, the weighted pull-ups on the squat day. I made a recent video about one of my workouts. You guys can check that out. And that's how it works. So really put your focus into getting strong at the key lifts. Embrace a lower training frequency. And you're not going to be doing a basic split. You're not going to be doing push-pull legs. You're not going to be doing that sort of shit, or bro splits or whatever. You're going to put your focus onto the key exercises and split it up the way I just said. And if you guys want to add in, like, I don't only do those lifts. Those are the meat and potatoes. You need to understand that those are what's going to build the majority of your physique and your strength. Those are the key exercises, okay? But you can add in other stuff as well. So after I'm done hitting my bench, let's say on workout B on Wednesday, I'll throw in some rows. I'll do some rowing. I'll do some curls, maybe some rear delts, and things like that. But you have to understand that that is just the icing on top of the cake. The meat and potatoes is your big compound lifts, getting strong at them. So don't let anyone overcomplicate this stuff, guys. It's not about training splits and this and that. It's about getting fucking strong at the key lifts, the big basic compound lifts, and structuring your training accordingly and being able to put as much focus and intensity into it. So my training, most of my workouts are only, 3-4 exercises. But since I'm really putting all my effort and focus into getting strong at the lifts that I'm doing, the big compound lifts, I'm getting bigger. And that's when my physique exploded. So embrace the fact that less is more when you're a natural lifter. Less is more. So, that's how it's done, guys. Throw in some accessory work for your weak points, visually, performance-wise, and that's how you're going to build your physique. It's not about worrying about all that bullshit, all that bodybuilder stuff. That's not how it works. And this is a very efficient way to train. You're not going to spend much time in the gym every week. 2-3 hours is all you really need if you're bringing that focus, bringing that intensity, and you're getting strong. So, as I said, guys, you could be doing 20 sets for your fucking chest every week. If you're benching 135, you're going to stay small, okay? And in order to get strong at the fastest rate possible, you're going to need to embrace the fact that recovery is key and that you're going to have to train with a lower frequency. Just go to the gym a few days a week, get out, focus on other areas of your life, okay? It's not about obsessing about this shit. Do it right, do it properly, do it efficiently, keep things simple and focused, and you will hit your goals. You'll hit your physique goals. Just shift your focus onto getting strong at the big compound lifts and structuring your training accordingly, of course. So guys, this might all sound way too simple to be true, but the reality is first of all, it is that simple. And the other thing is, I really don't think anyone else should be creating more content that fucking confuses people, because everyone's just trying to confuse you and then sell you the solution by selling you different training programs every month and all of that bullshit that just confuses you and doesn't help you. So I try to give people the simple truths and give you just what you need to transform your physique and build a physique you're proud of, because I really don't think there's any value in making things over complicated and giving you the unessentials. It's really about using that 80-20 rule and figuring out what's that 20% that's going to create the majority of the results. And that's what it is. It's prioritizing the right lifts, getting strong at them over time, eating proper nutrition, sleeping properly. These are the things. People don't necessarily want to hear it because it's too simple and they want cheat codes, but this is what it comes down to, guys. It's not about how much you're doing and how complicated everything is. It's about focusing on the right things, doing them consistently. So that's what it's about. That's why I create content. It's to eliminate the confusion and the bullshit and give you guys exactly what you need to transform your physique. That's really it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed this, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. You guys can check out my website. I have a ton of blog content. You'll definitely want to hop on my email list where I send out weekly content. Great shit. I have the full workouts. I have a ton of full workout routines outlined in my blog articles. So I'll leave the link in the description, and I will talk to you guys next time. Take care.